And we are live. Hey guys, and welcome down to this Planet Coaster live stream. Today I'm joined by Wolf Raging 95. Say hello, Wolf.
Hello, everyone.
Hope
How are y'all
everybody's
doing
okay.
today?
I'm really sorry about what happened then. I don't know what happened at all on the old stream there, but in case you didn't know, webcam, I'm Luke. Nice to meet you all. Yeah, we tried to get this going a couple of weeks ago, but it didn't quite work out there, so but yeah, I don't know what the quality is going to be like. It's quite an old webcam, so just trying to go with whatever we've got really. So we're doing the DigitalDan challenge. This is challenge 4. We're going to try and do a wooden coaster. So, uh, and we are live apparently. So yeah.
All right. I'm looking. I'm just waiting for the notification to come through. There it is.
Yep.
Okay. So
Mute
I'll
that.
be able to watch the chat.
Yep. So everybody, how's everybody? Hope everybody's okay.
The
Hey
gaming
guys.
genius says it's a webcam.
Mm. We have a webcam. It's cool. Merch. We'll buy the merch. We'll send the links for the merch at some point. Backseat Eat hoodie. One that we said we were going to do a while ago. Hey, Ben. This is crazy. Hey, guys. So we're going to build a wooden coaster. Wolf's just chilling out on American Truck Sim, right?
Yes.
So
Yep,
we might
that's what I'm
get a
doing.
few random commentaries on people trying to hit his truck.
Yes. Yeah. Hey Ben, how are you?
Hey, Ben. Everybody's okay? So just
Yeah.
going to get right stuck right in and start building a coaster. A wooden coaster. I think that looks about right. About there.
You need a Valhalla shield.
I do, yeah. You're right. Absolutely, I do.
Yeah.
Should we have a little drop? I think we should have a little drop. A little few little bunny ups there.
I feel like Planet Coaster is a good game for wooden coasters.
Oh yeah, for wooden coasters, it's awesome.
Wooden coasters and Arrow. I feel like the corkscrew coasters do a good job with this as well.
Hmm.
Because it's kind of easy to nail the shaping
Yeah.
in terms of like banking and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there it goes.
Um, the game chooses, do you play Truckers MP Wolf? I don't know. I believe that's the online version of American Truck Sim, correct?
Yep. We need to. We
I
need to. We
don't.
need to. We need to look into that.
Yeah, that's something we could definitely look into, though. Yeah. Um, I do play on Steam, so if you're on Steam, that's where you can find me. Wolf Raging 95. Ben says all good. Been sunbathing. Excuse me, hiccup, and doing cleaning most of the day.
Right.
I wish I could say I'm sunbathing, but it's cloudy here. I'm gonna.
How's the stream running? Okay.
Yeah, it looks all right from my phone. Yeah, it looks good.
Cool.
It's up to the. It's like you're working on the drop now, because I know I'm a little, but I'm watching the live, so
Yeah.
yeah, it looks good. Behemoth says, I don't know if that's complimenting Planko or insulting it. LOL. Well, I think it's something you could take as you wish. It's kind of both. Meaning that the coasters are rough, but if you're trying to make an arrow, you can probably make one of the best arrow coasters ever. Honestly.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, although I've seen some really smooth rides, Planet Coaster, not using the crazy method of what is it, 4 meter.
Yeah.
Um, I get confused with feet and meters sometimes with the with the I want to say like the I want to say 2 feet, but it's four. You know that obviously that's not the right conversion. But I think 2 meters instead of 4 meters. I'm like, wait, is it 4 or 2 meter? Um.
Easily done.
Uh.
Easily done.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Uh. I mean, Planet Coaster isn't bad. It just takes a lot of time. Um, and Gaming Cheetah says it's fun besides the that people don't drive right. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I kind of avoided it a bit because I know that other people like to drive and speed in other lanes and do all kinds of crazy stuff that but I mean, it's something to look into still. Just kind of I guess you have to drive with like you're really driving on the roads, I guess, and watch out for the crazy people. Um, the gaming cheetah says he's also eating watermelon right now. I love watermelon. That's
Oh,
one of my
watermelon. Oh, watermelon. What a shout that is. I'd love some
yeah.
watermelon right now. How are you
Watermelon is
guys
so
finding
good.
the overlay? Is it okay? Is it in the way? I mean, it's only over the test thing. I didn't think it'd be a problem on Planet Coaster. It's a bit difficult to put it somewhere. Hopefully, I want a chroma key eventually on the webcam, which would be pretty cool if I can chroma key it.
That would be awesome. Oh, is that like where you fit it in like to the background or whatever?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not real familiar with that, but
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it is. So basically, I'm like a hovering head.
that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, I watch some of the guys that play Planet Coaster. They do that, or like the guys that play MLB The Show. They do that.
Mhm.
Uh, Behemoth says, I just watched the 13 POV and there are trims at the bottom of the drop. Might have to go to Alton to get the trim credits. Ah,
Yeah, you're
why
not
not?
wrong. Yeah, well, they are there, you know. So
Just let CoasterGen know when you're there. Maybe they can
yeah.
plan. Yeah. If you have you been on Raging Bull? Although the trims aren't that bad, but I'm wondering if you've been on Raging Bull. And Ben says driving in Spain is certainly scary. They have some crazy drivers out there. Sounds like Chicago. Chicago traffic, people don't use turn signals, they cut each other off.
Hey, no, 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 no. I've got one for turn signals. Ready? If you think your job is useless, just remember that there's a guy working at the BMW factory installing indicators.
Florida, Behemoth says Florida is worse for driving. I believe it. When I was out there, I got to see it. My cousin was driving, and people like we actually almost got hit because dude was just flying by. And we're like, wow. Yeah. We were just sitting at a red light, and dude just thought it was a good idea to just speed through it. I was like, okay, well, so
doesn't
much for that.
Yep, doesn't want to be part of the you know,
Yeah.
everyday
Well.
society.
Yeah. Uh. Driving in Florida. The gaming chase is driving in Florida is scary. They don't use indicators, and they drive wherever half of the time they aren't on a lane. That is so true. Uh, Ben Ben says LMAO. Uh, and this is yeah. Raging Behemoth says Raging Bull trims are disappointed me. What year did you ride it? Because I feel like honestly, I feel like not to make like a debate, but I feel like over the years, I feel like they've done less and less. Um, although I really understand why it trims because if it didn't, that airtime hill is not that tall. So I mean, you slam into the. I actually have a friend that was on it when it didn't trim, and it should have. He said you slam into the clamshell restraint, the
Ooh.
lap bar. He said it's not very comfortable. Um, yeah, I guess I understand why it's there, but I have been on it a few times where it hasn't activated because it didn't need to,
Mhm.
and that's interesting because you barely make it over the camelback. And then the element after it, you really feel that downward lateral on that overbank because I don't know why it's like that, but I don't know if it's just the way B&M just designed it or what, but yeah, you definitely get downward lateral on that a bit. You kind of just feel yourself hanging there for a minute before you drop back down. Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not on RMC level, but you could definitely tell there's some downward lats there. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So, Ben says New York is definitely a horn beeping world. That's
Yeah, I can imagine it
Behemoth.
is.
That sounds like it. Judging by Joe Santagato, who I watch on YouTube, by the way, he explains some crazy traffic stories. If you want to check him out one day. Behemoth Trim says my 2020 Cedar Fair Platinum Pass is valid for 2021. Yay! I also like it when trims hit harder. Yeah. I know. Speaking of trims hitting harder, I know
Yeah.
mid-course brake run is not a trim, but I know it works like one if the block after isn't occupied.
Yeah.
Raging Bull one time I was on it, and for some reason Red Train was trimming really, really hard on the mid course. Don't know why. I was with my friend Matt, and I was like, why? He's like, I don't. He's Red and I both were like, we don't understand. Like, why is it trimming so hard? And then another time, Teal Train was trimming really hard on the trim near the figure eight ending.
I like the names.
Yeah.
Just name them after the colors.
Yeah. Yeah, Teal Train, Yellow Train, and Red Train. Um, yeah, it's cool.
The red car and the blue car had a race.
Yep. um, the Teal Train was, I guess, trimming like really weird, so like ride ops were concerned. And then they got maintenance up there to look at it. The ride was delayed for like 20 minutes, only to find out that they basically just flattened the situation and was like, there's something wrong. It's like, oh, okay. Well, now that we wasted our time. Let's see.
Like that.
I don't know how to say this name. It's THIJS.
Oh. T. I call him T.
Okay, T says hello again.
Hello.
The gaming cheese says when I was in Florida for the cruise, I went on a taxi, and our taxi broke. Middle of the highway on the way to the airport to go home. Oh, gosh.
Sheesh.
Ben King says didn't like the cork. Didn't the corkscrew have trims? What coaster are we talking about?
The corkscrew? What, Alton Towers? Did it? I can't remember it having trims. Mind you, I probably wasn't old enough to remember.
Although some of the arrows did have trims before the corkscrews. I think Viper is one of them at Magic Mountain.
Yeah.
Of course, I never got to ride Shockwave. I don't think it did, judging by POVs that I have seen. Behemoth Trim says red, orange, and yellow train on Behemoth. There we go. So they do go by colors as well with Behemoth.
Right, fair enough. I stand corrected.
Right. Yeah. I'm trying to think. Are there any other coasters at Great America that go by color? X-Flight. Red and black. There's a red train and there's a black train, which I actually didn't really pay attention to that. So one year my friend pointed it out. He's like, yeah, that's the black train. I'm like, wait, what? So you have to look at the middle of the, like, where the cover of the cover is in the middle. Like where like in the middle of the track, you'll see it. It's like plain as day, but I just never noticed it. I never really paid attention to it, I guess. I think it's just Raging Bull, and I don't think Superman has different colors. Batman doesn't have different colors, except they don't use the wheel covers 95% of the time. Don't know why, but they don't.
Yeah, Nemesis has a phase of doing that, you know.
Yeah, if you look in the storage area when you're back into the station on Batman, if you look to the left, you see all the covers just on like the floor of the storage unit. They're just chilling there. It's like, oh, and they're all in a neat order too. I'm like, okay, which I guess we just don't want to use those. I don't think Joker has different colors. I could be wrong, but I don't think they do. So I think it's just Raging Bull and X-Flight that have the different colors. Oh wait, no, Demon, of course. Hello. Demon has different colors. They have black, red, and yellow. I do know that the Ride Ops used to like to have little sayings that go with them. It was like three cars, 3 trains, 1 black track, and now the Demon's on the attack. or it was another one was, I don't remember. It said 2 loops and 2 corkscrews or something like that, and the saying would end with "the demon has you."
Hmm.
It was pretty cool. I just wish I remembered the saying because it was really unique. Like I know when I used to hear it, like, oh, that's so cool. And then one of my favorite ones though that I heard on Giant Drop one year was when you hear that last click, when you get to the top, you hear the click, hold on tight because you're coming down quick.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, I
Oh.
like that one. I like that one. Let's see, back to the chat.
Bit of collision there with the part of the coaster. I don't understand why it did that, but it did.
Interesting.
There it is, look.
See, I'm a little
Yeah.
behind the stream, but let's see. And then I'll read the chat off.
That's a smooth Woody.
Yeah. Oh, there's the collision. Okay. So
9 viewers, guys. Let's see if we can get 9 likes. I'd really like 9 likes. That would be awesome.
that would be, yeah. T says, how can I do this challenge myself?
So you need to go to the link in our video description. I'm sure it's there. Or you just look for this. Type in the DigitalDan Fort Park challenge on Steam in the workshop, and it should come up there. I'm not quite sure what Planet Coaster is doing here. That's annoying because it's really annoying. Can I turn track supports off?
It's an uncommon thing too. Did you explain everything? I didn't want to cut you off.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't understand why it's done that. I really don't.
Behemoth says, yeah, it's interesting. I've never seen that before. Anybody else seen that before?
Maybe we.
Behemoth says, Mindbuster has yellow and purple. Interesting. That's actually a pretty cool color combination. Bully for you says, sad about M&D. The Scottish theme park has gone into administration.
Has it? When?
Wow.
Oh, that's sad, but thank you for telling us. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll have to report on that after. I think I fixed the issue. Do you think that's enough clearance?
Yeah, I think so. I don't really think the wooden coasters have too much. There you go. Yeah, that should be fine. Behemoth says backlot stunt coaster, red, blue, and white. Maddie Play says I would love to see a Mac double launch.
Nice. Okay, we'll do that next then for the challenge. Now,
okay.
Am I right in saying that you can actually decrease the friction on these? Friction multiplier. Okay, let's just reduce it slightly. I want a bit more kick through them corners. So I'm going to put some different wheels on. I'm not cheating, I'm putting different wheels on. Theme parks do actually do this, you know. They do put different wheels on to lessen the friction.
That's true. The Gaming Cheetah says, can we all call this ride the No Bank Coaster?
Yeah, it's a no banked coaster.
Behemoth says...
So I'm just going to say hello to everyone. Hello, Gaming Cheetah. Hello, Ben. Hello, Behemoth. Hello, Matty. Hello, T. Bully for you. I believe there's some other people as well. Yeah, so how are you guys finding the overlay for the webcam? Okay? Is it good? Is it not? Should I get rid of it? Should I keep it? Let us know in the chat below in the comments if you're watching this on playback. It's just something that's a bit cool, isn't it?
Yeah. Behemoth says, Canada's Wonderland has a lot of colored trains. Leviathan is the same color as Behemoth. Wow, that's interesting. And Ben says, oh wow, that is not a good sign. I hope we don't see more going into administration.
Ooh, that was nice. Time!
Alright.
Here we go. Backseat yeet.
Gaming Cheetah says keep the webcam.
Yeet. Yeah. Cool. Alright. I'll try and get some better lighting in here as well. I think I've got a couple of bulbs out, so I'll fix that.
T says it's good. And
Definitely keep the
Behemoth
overlay. All right,
And
sweet.
Behemoth likes the webcam, so
Cheers,
you're getting
guys.
good feedback on the webcam.
I didn't know where to
Oh.
put it. Finding out where to put it was like so difficult.
Huh? Seems like it's in a good spot.
Oh, that hill needs depumping. Woo! This ride's quick now.
Just watching on playback is
Oh. There's the bunny hops. Oh! That's so cool.
This thing is quick.
Yes! That was awesome. Ha! That's
Ben
cool.
says
I like that.
definitely keep the webcam overlay. Excuse me.
Okay.
T says, do you need to make a full queue line for the challenge?
Do you need to?
Yeah, that's what he was asking. If you need to.
I think you get more points for it if you did do it. If you get what I mean by that. Like, if you probably get a bit more for theming and stuff if you do actually put that in there. Other than that, I don't actually know. It's a good question. I might ask Dan, see what it says.
He's here. He's shown up. It's Elvis.
Elvis!
Is in the house.
It's in the house. Elvis is in the building.
He says, yes, another Planco. Ben says the big one trains each have different compound wheels for different conditions.
They do. Absolutely they do. For high winds and rain, and for dry and sunny, baked afternoons.
If anybody has, I mean, this is probably kind of common sense, but if anybody's been on a roller coaster, like I've actually had the opportunity to ride some coasters in the winter. Raging Bull in 20 degrees. Yeah, that's fun. The wheels, I know we were talking about wheels, so that's what made me want to bring it up. You know, obviously they run with different wheels in the winter, which the ride feels so much quicker in the winter. I don't know why, but it just, I think it's just I believe it's nylon wheels that they use.
Yeah.
And they use the polyurethane in the
oh, speaking of wheels, I'll get my vampire wheel. 1 minute.
Oh yeah, you got a webcam now, you can show.
This wheel, so this wheel that I've got in my hands now, is from Vampire at Chesington. It's polyurethane. I think that's what it is. Yeah. So it's signed by John Wardley as well. I got it signed at the Towers Times at 15 when we got the chance to meet him. But this was a prototype runner. I think it was a runner wheel. Yeah. From 2008. No, sorry, 2002. 2nd of February. No, 8th of February 2002. That was when this was ran. It was ran once on the Vampire, and they decided they didn't want to go with that color anymore. Yeah. I actually won it answering a question, guessing what year this was done, was used on Vampire, and as you can tell here, it's you can't really tell on the webcam. When I get a better webcam, I'll show you guys better, but you can see the track marks on it and where it actually has bumps along the track. It's really cool. You can see where all the grease marks are. Yeah. See if you can see it a bit better there. Hold it to the camera.
Really cool.
Yeah, so I've got the wheel, and I've got the wheel signed by the designer of the ride, which is something really cool. I'm getting an acrylic case for this. Yeah, and it's gonna go in. It's gonna have some nice LEDs and vampire pin badges and all kinds of things inside the acrylic case. It's gonna be awesome when I finally do it. But yeah, really this is I'll never ever, you know, this will be on show wherever I live, wherever, you know.
That's really
It's just
cool.
such a cool thing to have. James actually got one as well. James got a question right and got one, and one of the guys called Robert, his son got one for guessing it as well. So there was three available. And me, James, and Robert's son got one, and it was really cool. So yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's really cool.
See your
I
signature?
like it. Yeah. Yeah, I saw it on the playback. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's quite big as well. Like think about
Yeah,
it.
you could tell, yeah.
I mean, my hands aren't this small. Well, they are. My hands are quite small. But okay, I put it against the PlayStation controller. There you go. How's that for comparison? How's that? Yeah, there you go. It's strange. I can't see myself back on the webcam. I can just see, what's being shown on there. But yeah, no, that's fantastic merch. Well, it's not even merch. It's an antique. Oh,
That's
it's
really
cool.
cool. It's always cool to have stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Which
Definitely.
yeah, I've seen in your vlogs that you guys have the opportunity to buy a lot of that stuff too, which
Yeah,
our parks did that here in America, but I mean, I haven't been to plenty of parks, but the ones that I've been to have never offered that kind of stuff. So, if you guys know of any in America that maybe I just don't know, I'm not aware of that sell that kind of stuff, let
yeah.
us know.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, you probably just best off just buying it from Blackpool and getting it shipped over.
That's true, yeah.
Oh, also, guys, I've got an unboxing from Blackpool Pleasure Beach coming next week, hopefully. So I'm going to try and film a vlog on that. I'm going to do an unboxing vlog of the new merch from Blackpool Pleasure Beach. So yeah, stay tuned for that on the channel. That's going to be fun. Not done an unboxing before. Actually, that's a lie. I did the unboxing for when Joe sent me the Fanta Peach on Instagram, but that was just on Instagram. It wasn't, you know.
Yeah. Just gonna read off the chat here so I don't get too
Yeah,
far
sure.
behind.
No,
That's
that's
okay.
fine. Yeah.
The gaming cheetah says there's nowhere to connect the queue line to, but I think you would just make the
Oh,
your queue
oh,
as
do you
you
mean the
want.
path? Okay, so what we're doing, so this is what we're doing. We are gonna just build a path here and go right the way over the water there, and then we're gonna make you just get the path there and you select grid, and then you can make the area that you want to have as the plaza area, and then you can delete bits that you want to delete, bits that you don't want to delete. I did the Matt Hardy thing, delete, delete, delete. Um, and it's yeah. So for example, so you want to do a path there, I'll just do a quick queue line just to show you, give you guys an example. I better do an entrance actually. Entrance there.
I was gonna say, would you kind of just connect one, or would you just make
Why is
your
it this
queue and
inside?
if you win, he'd be the one to keep connect the path, I would think, right?
No.
Okay, so you're connecting it all yourself. You're basically making the.
Yeah, all he's doing when he actually does the, oh, I've done the wrong one again. All Dan's gonna do is he's gonna make a video of you know,
Okay,
of the
makes
ride and the
sense.
attraction and everything. Yeah, I mean that's a lot of work to do if he's gonna be doing everyone's theming and stuff.
Yeah,
Um,
that's yeah.
but in the middle, where do I like to get off a coaster? Like just somewhere in the middle. I think it's good to come out of a coaster. Right. So pathwise, just get the just so you want to just I want to basically just go back to here now. That's the easiest thing to do. So I'm just going to choose what path I want. I'm going to go with this one, and I'm going to change the width and the thing because you want people to just be able to go straight out and back into the area that you want them to go in.
AZV9 says hi.
Hello.
I'm just gonna get back to because there's like 6 or 7 other things I need to read off. Elvis says I really like
There
the
you go.
way that they are islands. Like there are islands and they each have a coaster.
Mhm.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
cool, but I mean they've got no choice.
yeah,
That's the only problem with Fort Park, unfortunately. It's
that's
yeah.
very true.
So I think we're
Uh,
gonna have a bit of a pre-show area here.
T says if you know Barrett 1898 in the Efteling,
Yeah.
one of my favorite coasters is Terran in Fantasia Land.
Oh, nice. That's a good choice, dude. That's a lot of people's favorite coasters. That's up there in the gold standard for, you know,
Yeah.
one of the best coasters in the world at the moment. I personally don't see the hype with it. I've not been on it, but I mean, it looks good and all, but it doesn't look like, you know, it doesn't look amazing. It doesn't look like, I don't know. The theming's cool, but so there you go. Sorry, just to go back onto
Oh, you're
subjects.
okay. Yeah, no, you're good.
I just made a queue. So that's all. That's how you do it. Literally that simple. If you turn angle snap on, you can do the pen type queue here. So you know you got the left and the right and the social distancing and all that stuff. So, um, and then obviously I've got this little bit here, which is going to be like a little bit of a pre-show room, and then bang, you're in at the front of the station. You walk down the back, and obviously this
Ben
is where you stand.
says.
Yeah. So there you go.
Ben says.
That's how you do a path on the queue line.
You made it look easy, so there you
Yeah,
go.
I mean it's pretty easy. So now I want to try and do a couple of tunnels.
Is that a different railing type? Because that looks different from.
Yeah. It's a different. Every time you choose it, so every path has an individual, what you call it,
Railing.
yeah,
Or like
railing.
design.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A railing, yeah.
That's awesome. I guess I have to explore with that more.
Yeah, it's good.
Ben says, "Wow, that is so cool! I can't believe you have a vampire wheel signed by the Legend UK ride designer." Smiley
Yeah,
face.
yeah.
Yeah, that is really awesome.
If we ever do a meetup, I'll definitely bring it along and you guys can see it in person. Like that would be awesome.
I think the coolest thing I have is an RMC pad on the back, like on the where your shoulder blade usually sits on the back of the seat.
Hmm.
It's on the on the left or right side. It's lightning rods. I got it from a friend who's an acer. So he I guess Dollywood basically, I guess they replace them every year, so they just throw them out and they offered them up to the ace members, and my friend grabbed me one knowing that I love RMC like I do. So I have
Yeah,
that. I've reached out to RMC seeing if I could mail it out and get it signed. Never heard back. I don't know if it was just a bad time. I might try it again one of these days. I'd love to get Alan and Fred to sign it. That would be pretty cool.
that would be awesome. That would be like epic.
Yeah,
If you could get that, that would be so cool.
it really would be. Um, let's see who's next in the chat. Behemoth says, "I want to see if I can get an if I can even get a tiny piece of a trim."
How did
LOL.
I know he was gonna say that without even like reading it? You
That is
should. I
hilarious.
reckon you'd be able to get a trim.
Yeah,
I know that Blackpool Pleasure Beach are selling trims. They're selling trims from the Wild Mouse, I think. I think the trims from that.
that would be cool. Yeah, try to get your hands on something like that. Let's see who's next. AZB9 says, "Wow." I'm assuming he was wowing the wheel.
Yeah.
Uh, T says, "I mean, do you know Baron 1898?" And oh, he removed that one just now. Wow. Okay. um, T says, "In Europe, all the parks do it. They sell old wheels, bolts, wood from a wooden coaster, like everything." It's really cool. That is really cool. I wish they did it here. Bully for you does a thumbs up, and Elvis says, "Who came up with the idea of the islands?" I'm
It's Fort
assuming,
Park.
yeah.
Also, if you don't know, yeah, this is Fort Park. This is so that's the Swan. So I'm just come out the scenery there. This is the Swan. Obviously, there's no scenery done to it. I didn't do this. DigitalDan's done this for the competition. Yeah, so this is Stealth, the Intamin launch coaster. In Tidal Wave there. I think Tidal Wave is an Intamin. I'm not too sure if it's an Intamin or not. But that's a
Let's do some googling.
water coaster, and then you got the B&M wing coaster, which is the Swan there. Basically, what he's saying is guys, you need to go and design some rides and come up with some ideas, and I will do the best, and I will use them for the for winning a competition. And we've actually done, this is the fourth layout we've done now, in terms of ideas for the actual rides and stuff. And what we're going to do is probably put it to a poll on Twitter, and then you guys are going to choose which one we submit, because obviously you guys have been, quite a lot of you have been here throughout all the streams that we've done of this, so it makes sense to have you guys vote on which one is the best and which one sucks. So
I
yeah,
did do some googling to find out what tidal wave is. So I did some googling on air, and that is
Googling on air.
the model is Shoot the Shoots,
Shoot the shoots.
and it's by Hopkins Rides.
Okay.
Uh, I don't know why I'm not too familiar with them, but maybe it's just let's see. Is there anything that maybe I know of? I'm looking at some of their rides. It doesn't look like
Why
anything
did
that.
that one go through that?
They did Splashwater Falls. That great. Ah,
Ah.
okay.
You see something
Splashwater
he
Falls.
recognizes.
Yeah, Splashwater Falls. My first time at Six Flags was in 2004.
Yeah.
Deja Vu was still there, which was really cool to see. I vaguely remember it because I was only, let's see, I was what, 9 years old.
He was a
So
little nipper.
yes, so that was my first time at Six Flags,
Why is that
and
overhanging?
I ventured off with my cousin, who was just a little bit younger than me, and he knew the park better than I did because he grew up going there longer than I did. So I read the signs that stand here, you'll get soaked. After we got off of the ride, I was like, okay, so let's check it out. And he knew exactly what was gonna happen. Like he knew how bad it was gonna be. I had no idea. I mean, obviously the sign said you'll get soaked, so I knew it was coming, but I
Yeah.
figured it'd be cool to do it. Why not? It was a nice day, do it. Yeah, definitely got soaked. The ride on the demon was pretty cold that I remember. Um, I
Oh
know I was shivering from being cold.
no. Luke,
What happened?
you bloody idiot.
Yeah, Demon. That was the first time I actually rode Demon
I
as
didn't
well.
go high enough.
And that was my first upside down looping ride. I was a little nervous because I've never been on anything that flipped upside down before. So that was definitely an experience.
So
I remember.
that was your first one then, was it Demon?
Yep, yep. That was my first looping coaster. I remember family
Wow.
member's friend was like, she's like, I'll just tell you when to open your eyes. I was like, okay. So I closed my eyes through the first loop, but I realized it wasn't that bad. So once we got to the corkscrews after the two loops, I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. But ever since then, I've never been afraid to ride it. Like my first time, I really liked the ride. I just wasn't sure what to expect. So I was that normal first time rider where I was nervous to
Oh,
ride it.
I've
But
proper screwed this up. Wow.
uh, uh, not sure why YouTube wanted to have that scanned. He said Hopkins is a small manufacturer.
Hmm.
That's Behemoth. And I don't know why, but it had me. I had to approve that one.
Maybe it's code name for something else.
Right, that could be. Uh, oh wow, Behemoth says he got his RMC shirt signed by Alan. Did you see him in person for that, or did you have to send it off?
Oh.
If you had to send it off, let me. That's good. That gives me a little bit of hope. But if you saw him
Yeah.
in person, that's a plus. Getting to, I would love to meet Alan. He is somebody I'd love to meet. Um, Ben says I didn't realize that one of the Six Flags parks got Alan to team up with the owner of RMC back in the early days of RMC. Yes, that's actually how I believe it was.
X, right?
It was no. It was
Oh. Oh no.
I
Oh,
was just watching it. It was I think CoasterBot.
all
They
right.
were just say it's New Texas Giant because I from what I understand, Fred came up with part of the idea of the iBox, and multiple engineers said it wouldn't work, it wouldn't work, it wouldn't work.
Hmm.
But then Six Flags suggested that Alan and Fred team up, and that's how they came up with the iBox and topper track.
Ah.
Uh, so a little bit of advertising to CoasterBot there. So if you want to check that out, I believe it's CoasterBot. Thank
Yep.
us later, CoasterBot. Um, So, it was a really good video, by the way. Check it out if when you get a chance. G says, "What is your favorite coaster type?" That's a
Mine?
tough one. Yeah,
Uh,
or both of us, I think.
what's my favorite coaster type? That's a good question. I've never really thought about it.
Yeah,
I think B&M just because just
it's
random.
B&M in general. Yeah,
Yeah, I think B&M
I,
are just one of them. They're just you can't go wrong.
no,
Really.
it really doesn't seem like you can go wrong with them, really. Behemoth says, "LOL." He says he was at IAPA at the RMC booth. got to talk with him as well. That
Wow.
is really cool. I assume he was really nice to you. He seems like he's always very nice in interviews and stuff. Uh, he seems like a very chilled, laid back guy. Laid back guy.
Yeah, he does. To be fair, yeah.
He's the kind of guy that you probably could just hang out with on any given day, and he wouldn't even like. Yeah, he wouldn't care. Like, he's one of those guys. I have a friend that actually is friends with Alan. Uh,
Oh yeah, yeah, you do.
yep,
Yeah, I remember you
I do.
mentioning
And
that.
I have him on a couple of social media accounts, and he posted that Alan Schilke is a pool shark. Very good at pool, which I would imagine, being it's geometry. And Alan is a math guy, so
That's true.
I would think that he's very good at pool. um, he's the one doing all the the math part of the table. I'm just like, okay, uh, that's really cool.
He's probably
T
got
says,
he's probably got what you call it oh, he's probably doing all the crazy trick shots.
oh yeah, he probably is. Although trick shots are a lot of fun. I learned those at a young age. I actually made money off of my uncle's band members because they were having me do trick shots in pool. And they were like, if you do this, we'll pay you this. I'm like, okay, this was like 10, 11 years ago I was doing this.
Do this for
And
pay
yeah,
this.
yeah, and I didn't ask them for money. They were just like, if you do this, we'll pay you. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, fine, here. I loved pool. I still do. T says mine was Indiana and the Jones in Disneyland Paris. That was my first looping coaster. I have the Infinity Pass at Disneyland Paris.
Wow.
That's really cool.
There it is.
Behemoth says very nice. I'm assuming it's talking about Alan, so Alan's very nice. Bennett says, a question for Wolf. What European or UK park do you really want to visit?
Ooh.
Uh, it's hard. That's a hard question.
Got you there.
I think Alton Towers.
Yeah, it's gotta be right.
Yeah, I need to ride Nemesis.
Yes, you do.
I, uh, I love Batman so much that I have to ride Nemesis. I assume it's probably, I mean, just as good, if not better. I don't know. I asked one of my friends that are from America that got to ride it if they liked it more, and I think they said they liked Nemesis more, but I don't remember. They loved Smiler, which, yes, Smiler.
Goes without
Um,
saying.
yeah. AZ says I'll be back in 5 minutes. Okay, see you soon.
No problemo.
Huh. Let me X out of the chat for a minute so I can give the stream a like. There we go. Alright, back in there. Okay.
So I'm just trying to give this kind of like almost like like an old town,
That's a good idea.
but not a town. um, just a facade, really. But obviously the thingy is inside it. You know, the coaster is inside it.
Yeah. Question for you, Behemoth. In terms of RMC, did you talk to anyone else from RMC when you were there, or was it just Alan? I know Fred usually sticks around over there sometimes too. Fred Grubb seems really kind. He's another one that seems so nice. Uh, there is a YouTube channel I watch called SFJM, I think fan base or SFJM base. I don't remember which one it is. So Six Flags Great America. One of the guys there that are a contributor to that channel actually got to ride with Alan Schilke's sister on Goliath.
Wow.
She was a single rider, and you can see like he obviously didn't show her in the video,
Mm-hmm.
but you could hear her talking a little bit, and at the end he's like, they better give him a raise for this ride. Because I mean, that ride when it first opened, it was just incredible. I mean, this was the first time we saw the zero G stall too, so
That's
um
true. Yeah, that was
uh
a bit of an eye opener for me when I saw that
yeah. One of the things that
being done.
shocked me, and this is a true story,
Marcus
when
has
I was
shocked you.
younger. What's that?
Marcus has shocked you.
Marcus shocked me. Yeah, Marcus shocked me. So story time for me real quick is when I was about probably around the time just before Great America, probably before my first trip there. I never really knew much about coasters. I knew what they kind of looked like.
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously I've seen a coaster in my day when I was younger at like Kittyland and stuff, but nothing in extreme. And I actually thought about a zero G stall when I was younger on a wooden coaster, kind of like how it looks on Wildfire.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's kind of how I pictured it. But not being an engineer or not really knowing anything about coasters, I'm like, there's probably no way that that would work. And then
Oh,
to
just an
see
idea.
RMC come out with the zero G stall years later, it was like, wow, okay, so I guess it was an element that could work. Because I remember this as a kid, and I mean, when you're a kid, you have less things on your mind, so you think about more insane things that may seem like it won't happen. I'm sure I'm not the only one that's had something like that happen before. Like think of something before it's ever been announced or shown in a concept, and then you see it pop up years later, and you're like, wow, so that's cool. So actually getting to ride Goliath and actually thinking back to that, like 8-year-old, 7-year-old me with the zero G stall idea, and then getting to ride one years later, that was a cool experience. Um, Zero G stall is really a really cool element. I don't know how many of you actually got to experience one, but they're really unique. One thing that I don't really like about them though is the the snap to the in and out from
Mm-hmm.
180 to 0, 0 to 180 kind of thing. Uh, it's worse in the back than it is in the front. In terms of train, but it's still a really cool
You say
element.
train, I'm putting a train down.
One of the one of the fun things I did with my friend Amber, uh, we were riding Goliath once. Well, obviously we've been on it many times, but we were like, let's look at Raging Bull while we're in the stall, while we're upside down. That would look so cool, you know?
Yeah.
So we're like, all right, so we have to look. If I remember right, we had to look to our right when we were in the stall because obviously you're flipped over. So I think we actually got it wrong the first time, and we ended up looking at the parking lot for the employees. And her and I both looked at each other, and we were getting like halfway through the stall and just started rolling, like we were just dying because we looked the wrong way. So we knew the next time we had to look the other way, and we made we were both so disappointed because we looked the wrong way. So we looked at each other, laughed, then quickly looked at the other way so we could see the right side to see Raging Bull. It was so funny. It was it was just so funny to look at each other and laugh at the same time because we made that mistake of looking the wrong way.
That's
But there was
brilliant.
no line for Goliath, so we got right back in line and rode it again because we got there when it opened. So like we got like I think 5 or 6 rides on it before we decided to ride something else because it started to get like a 5 minute wait. So we are like, all right, let's go hit something else now. But yeah, that was a fun time. Uh, it's fun looking back on the drop too in back row,
Yeah.
which I think is fun to do on most coasters, especially with Goliath, because you don't have that headrest. So looking behind you on the drop, oh, that's so cool. Uh, that's a fun. I just kind of turn back a little and look back. It's so awesome. The drop feels so cool too, because it's so steep. So if you ever ride a steep coaster, ride the back and look behind you, especially on an RMC. It's
Oh yeah.
interesting.
Um, yeah. Oblivion's fun. I've done that on Oblivion a few times actually.
That is, yeah, that's awesome.
Thinking about it, I
That's a
have.
good one. That's a good one to do it on.
Yeah, it's really difficult though, and it hurts like hell.
Oh yeah, because you can feel it like in your like upper back, kind of like just before the neck.
Mm-hmm.
You feel that stress a little bit. Yeah, yeah. Um, T says favorite game apart from theme park games.
I actually quite like Call of Duty at the moment. I'm really enjoying that.
Uh, if I had to
Um,
go,
Probably wrestling games, FIFA, American Truck Sim, Euro Truck Sim, any simulator
yeah,
games really. I really like simulator games.
yeah. Mine
Is
would
that my
probably
station?
be.
I'm pretty happy with that. It's pretty cool.
Let's see. Mine would probably be for PlayStation. I'd have to say MLB The Show.
Hmm.
That's one of my favorite. Um, for computer, probably American Truck Sim.
Yeah.
Uh,
other than No Limits, obviously.
No Limits. Yeah. Yes. I don't know if that would fall in the theme park category, but yeah. Um, Yeah, I would say those two really. Ben says you definitely need to ride Nemesis, even if it's a 25-year-old ride. It's still an amazing ride and a unique experience. Yeah, I mean I feel the same way about Batman because that was the world's first outside looping roller coaster, and that ride to this day I think is really smooth. Like I get PTSD though when I go through the flat spins on Batman because Demon has roughed me up so much over the years through the corkscrews that I expect the head banging on Batman, but I don't even get that. So like I want to think my head's gonna bang around, but it doesn't. But when I ride Demon, I feel like I'm just being smacked around like really bad. But yep, I actually had a piece of hail fly in my mouth on Demon. I was we were going down the drop or going into the loop, and I was like, oh, and then like I felt the piece of hail fly in. Really, really interesting. Never had this happen before. So in the second loop, I spit it out to my right. Like I made sure there was like I made because I was I made sure I spit it out pretty far. Yeah, we were in the I think we were in what row were we in? But really there was nobody on because it was kind of downpouring, and I'm shocked that the ride didn't close in the rain because Six Flags is real funny about the coasters in the rain these days. They used to not be unless there was lightning, of course. I know the wooden coasters in the rain is a lot of fun. Uh, let's see. Next thing with just got talked with Alan because it was before the Iron Gwazi train reveal. If IAPA happens this year, I will try and talk with everyone there. That is really cool. T says I personally think Black Mamba in Fantasia Land is better than Nemesis.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
I hear a lot of good things about Black Mamba though.
Hmm.
AZ is back. Hello, AZ.
Hey, Z.
Ben says, I hope you are not building a Darren Brown's ghost train. LOL.
No. No, I'm not.
Maddie Place says, trims, angry emoji. Mako trims, angry emoji. Mako trims, behemoth, licking the lips emoji. Maddie says, no. AZ says, when does Dan's contest end?
May the 3rd, I think. Or May the
Oh,
7th. I'm not.
yeah, it looks like Behemoth answered him too as well. May 3rd, it looks like as well.
Yeah.
So I think you're right there. Maddie says, I can see Mako from my house. Oh, that's really
Oh,
cool.
wow.
That is so
Wow.
cool.
Top points.
Behemoth says, lucky at Maddie Place. Behemoth says, no problem. AZB9. About answering his question. Maddie says, and I can see the trims if I get my camera and zoom in. Angry emoji. Oh, that's funny. AC says Nemesis is a great ride. Inferno isn't as good, but it's still good.
Yeah, Inferno
Behemoth.
holds its own.
Yeah, but Behemoth looks like he's asking Maddie Plays if you can send him a picture of the trims. Maddie says nah, lol. Behemoth says too traumatizing, huh? That's funny. That's hilarious.
Yeah, it is. It's really funny. So we've got this train yard here, and this is basically going to be like a, well, it's a train station, and this is the train. This is the track. That's kind of the theme I'm going for at the moment. It does kind of look pretty cool. Let's have a ride of it now. Is it testing?
Alright.
Let's go. Front row.
Ben says the Woody looks amazing.
Thank you.
Theme Park Xbox Gamer says hello.
Hello.
And I just crashed my truck. Oops.
Hey yo.
Hey, I looked down at the chat. I should have paused like I've been doing. Crashed right into the guardrail. 9% damage to the truck. Alright.
Nice one, T.
Yeah.
Alright, here
Oh,
we go. Through the station.
I'm assuming you saw what he put, right?
Yeah, about Planet Coaster, yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure you saw it. If you don't mind, I'm just going to step out for a second and go get something to drink.
Yeah, no worries, dude.
Alright, thank you. Be right back.
All right, cool. Well, I'm liking the look of this so far. Let's sort out the wood look though. The wood doesn't look very wood-like. Let's go about there. Let's get rid of this white. I hate when it puts white on there. Black chain guard. That looks better. Alright, this is looking cool. So, let's... So my idea is to actually open this up as a station. An indoor, so, you know, like, so I'm probably gonna have to carry on building on this grid because of this. Please don't be an idiot, Planet Coaster. Come on, you've been good so far. There we go.
Hello.
Hello.
I went and got some tea.
Cool.
Yeah. Are you keeping up with the chat, or do you need me to read
Nope,
some
not seen
stuff?
any of it.
All right, I gotcha. T says I'm currently working on a studio spark. I'll drop a picture in the Discord later. Awesome. Yeah, of course, Theme Parks Gamer, Xbox Gamer says it's me, Brendan. Hi, Brendan. Maddie says it's only 13:38 right now, and I just woke up. Laughing emoji. Ben says hi to Brendan. Behemoth says nice, and then Maddie says, well, I woke up 30 minutes ago. Everyone's just saying hi to each other. Maddie says a hyper Woody question mark, or like the looking emoji kind of thing, like with
No.
the Maddie says I'm very lucky to have been to the UK and been to all the big theme parks there. Says I used to live in England, but when I was 7, I moved to Orlando. Wow. Says which I look back on it now, and it was an amazing idea from my parents.
Too right, it was. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, now that you can see Mako from your house and its trims. He T says I'm gonna go. Have a good stream.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Behemoth says I had a trip planned for summer to the UK and Europe, but I don't think that is happening.
No,
Unfortunately,
probably not, right?
yeah. I did see a thing, and I don't think it's a good idea, but I did see that China is trying to do some certain things with getting theme parks open back up. And it said, do you think the US will follow it? I don't think so.
No.
I figured it's okay to talk about because it is theme park news. So
Yeah, we spoke about it on the podcast last night.
okay, yeah, just figure I'd touch on it here just because
It's
it's
fine.
yeah. Anything else like that? Other than I think I don't know. I think they just posted that Disney is canceling trips for people in May.
Mhm.
I don't know if that was on the podcast or not.
Yep.
It was there. Okay, I saw it today, so I thought it was new. I don't think there's anything else.
No, I don't think.
All right. Anything else? Let's see. Maddie says, I'm very fortunate, but not about the trims. Laughing emoji. So, I want to know, if you're new on a ride, Maddie, if you ride a coaster and you literally have no idea that there's a trim and you're in the front row and you just see a trim, do you go from being really excited to just getting an angry face when you see a trim? Like, does it destroy your entire ride experience? This is a serious question. like, like, are you riding along like, yes, this ride's just fantastic, and then you see a trim and you're just like, I don't like this ride. 2 out of 10. 0 of 10 for me. You added trims. Let's see. Behemoth says, are you selling your house soon? As a Canadian moving to Florida and getting to see trims every day is a dream for me. And Maddie says yes. I think he's saying, yeah, I'm pretty sure he's saying yes to the question that I asked him. He said, that's why Mako's my top number, my top one. My top 100. There we go, he fixed it. Oh, that's funny.
Get rid of that.
Imagine just riding a ride with him and you're riding with someone that is just enjoying the ride. The trim comes up and he's like, oh, I don't like this ride no more. How did you like your ride experience? I hated it.
Yeah.
Why?
Wasn't what I expected.
Oh, that's so funny.
It was slower in parts.
Yes. Ben said I would probably be in shock at how much all the theme parks are losing financially right now.
Well, if you hear on the podcast last night, we talked about how much Primark is losing. Obviously, that's not a theme park, but we did have the information for that, and that's retail. And they went from earning £650 million a month to nothing.
Okay.
So that gives you an idea of how theme parks are getting on right now.
Yeah, yeah. Maddie does say, "JK, I do love Coaster. It's just an ongoing joke with you, I think with you and a bunch of my friends here." He says Mako is my top 5 at least. All right, that's good to know. I mean, we kind of figured you were joking about trims, but it's just funny though. If can you do it? I mean, just I know some people just don't like trims at all. Like, I remember watching a Raging Bull off-ride video, and somebody put in the comments, "Ah, do you hear that? All of that potential being destroyed by one trim." I was like, oh. Which, on a day that Six Flags isn't too crowded, you actually could hear the trim from the parking lot.
Wow.
It's a loud trim. It does sound cool though. Like, it used to sound so much more trigger-like, but now it's just like, and then that's it. Like, it used to make so much more noise. That's what I'm saying. I think over the years, like, it just doesn't do much anymore, because it used to make a whole lot of noise as it would trim, but now it's just a quick one, and then that's it. I'm trying to think what other rides have trims in Great America. I know Iron Wolf was supposed to have a mid-course, but Six Flags chose not to go with it.
Right.
I don't know if you ever noticed that with the lower
That's
the lower I-beam track before the drop going into the mid-course, or not the mid-course. Sorry, before the drop going into the corkscrew. You could tell something was supposed to be there, because like you could kind of feel the transition a little bit between the two tracks. Let's see what's going on. So I mean, Maddie says, I mean, if the trim is there for safety, then I don't care. Safety is their number one priority. Behemoth says, trims are life. I cannot live without trims. RMC be like, what's a trim?
Yeah. They'd be like, a trim's when you get your hair cut, right?
Right. Or a trim by one of Alan Schilke's head choppers.
Yeah.
While he's throwing you through some crazy elements that you've never heard before.
Let's see what that looks like going through the station.
Check. I'm just gonna make this turn eventually. I'm technically a distracted driver right now, but that. So I'm guessing it's Ben says I'm guessing it's the compressed air that causes a loud noise on trim brakes, though. A lot of modern coasters now use magnetic. Yeah, you're right about that, Ben. You are right.
Yep.
It's the compressed air. Because I know on Demon after, you know, because you walk underneath the final brake run, and after the train passes, usually you hear a big like a real like loud compressed like air noise kind of thing, and it's really loud. It's kind of cool. Usually you hear it after it clears the block. It's really cool. I love coaster sounds. I thought I was a nerd for that when I was like,
Yeah,
I thought I
same.
was just like not even a nerd, but I thought I was like one of those weird people that like the sounds of the rides. But then I met these enthusiasts and finally learned that I'm not alone. And I'm like, okay, so I'm not insane.
No, you're not insane. Nope. Nope.
uh,
Not at all.
not at all. Maddie says, to be honest, I don't know why Mako has those trims. Can anyone answer that?
Oh, got a phone call.
And Behemoth says, uh, Steve be like, allow me to introduce trims. B&M does not like airtime on their hypers, Behemoth says. Maddie says, on a serious note, why are they there though? I don't know. I mean, B&M really aims for comfortable rides, so I would imagine that if it probably hits too much airtime, I've never been on any of the Gigas, but I would think that they probably look for more of a to please all guests type of experience,
Yeah.
not like where they want to, you know, throw you over the top basically, and give you some crazy airtime, but yeah, I mean it probably is just the speed like Behemoth says just now. Uh
Probably.
and I mean you also have to consider B&M's shape as well, and the way that they shape their elements is probably another factor. I don't know. I mean, I'm not deep into the engineering part of it, but and like everything else, but it's just thinking about how some of those elements feel, it probably is the reason why.
Yeah.
Uh, Maddie says I love hearing the faint noise of the roar of the faint noise. There we go. The faint noise of the roar, because I realized what he was trying to say. That's why I read it wrong.
Hmm.
I love hearing the faint noise of the roar Mako makes when testing in the morning. Yeah, when no one's on screaming and doesn't destroy the beautiful B&M sounds. Yeah. Uh, yeah, that sounds wonderful. I remember one year I was at Great America with my dad, and the park wasn't that crowded. That was his first time on X Flight, and we got stuck, and I knew it. Like we got to the break the transfer track, and I'm like, we're stuck. He's like, how do you know? I'm like, I could tell by the sounds.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh. And then they're like clear, and you hear like the click noise. I mean, there were storms the night before, and he's like, I'm like, see, I told you. So then later on, we wanted to ride Batman, but it was stuck at the beginning of the lift. They said it would reopen in a little bit or whatever. They would need to figure it out. Um, so he went to the front of the park, I think to use, I think it was, I forgot what he went to the front of the park for, but uh,
Restroom?
restroom or smoking a cigarette, but she doesn't smoke anymore, so it probably was to smoke a cigarette.
Hmm.
Um, I'm like, Dad, Batman's open. He's like, how do you know? I'm like, 'cause I can hear it from the front of the park. Cause you could, cause that was an older B&M, so the roar on that is loud. Like you can hear it, and the park wasn't that crowded, so I mean, you know, after hearing these rides for so long, you kind of learn the roar of each ride, and you know which one it's coming from.
Oh yeah, you can hear Nemesis from the. If you listen really
Yeah,
carefully, you can hear Nemesis from the Dark Forest, which is
that's
like really far
yeah,
away.
that is so awesome. I remember when I went to Dollywood, and you know, I didn't even grab a park map. I just went off of what I figured out.
Hmm.
I grabbed a park map just to hold on to for myself, but not even to use, because I'm like, I hear the B&M. I don't see it yet, but I can hear it. And of course, you know, Wild Eagle, of course.
Yeah.
Um, that was exciting. Back to the chat. The Avalanche at Pleasure Beach has loud trims at the end. That's
Oh
by
yeah, it
Ben.
does. Yeah, it really does. Wow, they are loud.
Maddie says very true. Yeah, Behemoth says too much airtime. Legit. AZV9 says Avalanche is great, not the best, but it's decent. And DJ Dylan says hi.
Hi, Dylan.
Hi, Dylan.
All right, so this is the inside. um, yeah.
How
So
long have we been streaming for?
an hour and 11 minutes. Probably gonna go another 10 minutes, and then
Okay.
be enough. I'll carry
I was
on
just
this.
curious.
Yeah.
I was just curious. I'm like, because we've been going for a while, but I wasn't sure because I can't see the time. I was like, how long have we been going for?
Yeah.
It's been fun.
Yeah, it has, yeah. It's been real fun.
A lot of interaction.
Yeah, I love streaming now. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
Oh, duplicated it.
Ben says Infusion is another loud coaster.
Yeah, loud. That's a good way of putting
Yeah.
it. The kind way of putting it, Ben, I think.
Yeah. Maddie says, when I went to Alton Towers on a British school day, it was so quiet and I couldn't hear anything. I don't know if it was me, but I could only hear the, all the X sector and Spinball.
Oh,
Interesting.
yeah, that is interesting.
He says Whizzer as well. So just DJ Dylan says just played the No Limits 2 demo and I'm thinking of buying the proper one.
Nice. That's
Go
what you
for
want.
it, and if you
Yeah.
need help, you know where to ask for help. Maddie said and Maddie says it's good. You should do it. You should buy it. It's good. We do agree. You should get it. We could definitely help you out if you need it. We have tutorials as well, so
Yep. On your
if
channel,
you need it.
right? On
Yep.
Wolf's channel.
Yes.
Make sure you go over there and subscribe, guys.
Yeah.
Right, let's have one more ride and then we're gonna call it, guys.
It just started to rain on in the game, so.
I just see
All
what
right.
Ben put.
It's like, what did he say? I see.
This is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Here we go, now we're gonna go back through the station.
Alright. I probably should have finished this drive by now, but I kept pausing and I just kept talking because I was enjoying talking more and driving, so. I've been on the same drive since we started streaming because I kept.
So, I'll just quickly show you guys what I want to try and do. So, this area here is going to be like a Victorian village.
Theme Park Tower says hi. Sorry to cut you off.
Hey, Theme Park Towers. So, this is going to be like a Victorian village around these bits. So, the coaster's going to go in and out of houses and things. If you guys have played Assassin's Creed, which one is it? I can't remember which one it is, but the one that's in London, Victorian London, it's going to be very much like that. Obviously, I want to try and get a steam train instead of this United States locomotive here from the subway. But yeah.
There we go.
So try and find a steam train. I believe there is one. But yeah, just I mean, look at that for a visual.
That's nice.
As it comes down through there. And obviously I'll open this up as well, so it will be like a a place where you can go and actually see the train coming through. I mean, that'd be really cool to watch. Have some glass there, I think, so people can actually stand here and watch. Obviously this flooring needs to change because it's done this, so I'll have to build the. So you just imagine you just having your tea, and then oh. Pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
So there we go, guys. There is the classic Woody. I don't know. Would you say it's GCI-ish at all? I mean, kind of is. Crosses over a few times. Not really much banking.
Yeah.
Kind of is a bit GCI-ish, to be fair. Yeah. And that's what it looks like back from the Swarm Island. It looks really nice. You can see the buildings there. So yeah, that's what we're going to go with. Alright guys, well that's going to do it for the stream today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the new overlay with the webcam as well. A lot of people have said that they really like it. That's really cool of you guys. So yeah, I'm going to continue with this. Probably, it might even be later on. I don't know. It depends what kind of mood I'm in. I like streaming at the moment and you guys are being very supportive to the channel. That being said, make sure you do subscribe to WolfRaging95 as well. He's in our feature channel list on our homepage. So check out his channel. It's fantastic, No Limits Creations, and we should be doing some streams on your channel soon, dude. That has to happen.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So yeah. But for now, I've been Luke, he's been Wolf, we've been CoasterGen, and that was Planet Coaster DigitalDan's Swarm Island Challenge. And we'll see you next time, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. See ya.
Yep. See ya.